Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much. Let's get started. I wanted to do a video on the New York Rangers. They've been making a lot of interesting moves, especially starting tonight. They made a move where they trade away future considerations to the Philadelphia Flyers for goaltender J.F. Berube. And, it's just interesting because they already have Lundqvist, they have Georgiev, they have Shesterkin, they have that three-headed netminder monster. So to make a move with them, I'm sure that's the more thing they're concentrating on. So picking up another netminder was kind of curious to me, but they could flip him around for another asset if another team needs a goaltender going into the trade deadline. So it's interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. And they made another trade this past week, a couple of days ago, with Carolina. They acquired forward Julien Gauthier for right-hand defenseman Joey Keane, and Julien Gauthier is he's having a very promising year. He's one of Carolina's top offensive prospects, and this is a good move by the Rangers. They pick up this kid for Joey Keane, and it's a really good move. They have the option now, if they do trade one of their players, he could slide into the lineup on a regular basis. He played tonight. He looked pretty good, so we'll see what happens going further with this. He was a 2016 first-round pick, and this year he has 26 goals and 37 points in 44 AHL games. And he's a big kid, too. Joey Keane, going to Carolina, is a right-hand defenseman, third-round pick, 2018. He's 20 years old, and he leads all defenders in Hartford Wolfpack in scoring with 30 points in 49 games. So it's just curious to see why Carolina picked up another defenseman. They're already stockpiled with D. Maybe, again, it's one of those plays where they're looking to flip to gain an asset, flip him to a team. That could be it, or it could be that maybe they're having trouble re-signing one of their players, and they have him as a backup just in case. We'll see with that. And going into trade deadline, which is 5 days away, what do the Rangers do? You've been hearing a lot of talk on Chris Kreider. There's Jesper Fast names out there. You have Ryan Strom's name out there. Anthony D'Angelo's another one. Georgiev. So you have a lot of names in the Rangers that can be moved. And going to Georgiev, I think he's one of the three netminders that's going to be moved. They already said Shesterkin's going to be number one going forward. Lundqvist is going to be a hard contract to move if he waives his no movement clause. I don't think that's going to happen. And, it's kind of going to be most likely Georgiev. And the Rangers came out and said that if they don't move him come trade deadline, it's probably more likely of an option they move him in the offseason because it's easier to do it then. A lot of teams can maneuver players, trade players away, buy out players to create cap space. So it can create room for teams to make a move with them to give up more assets than try to rush a trade now. So it's a smart move. Jesper Fast is one of those up and down the lineup players. He can be useful for any team. So I kind of like him on the Rangers though. If he would resign, would be good on the cheap. He's not a very expensive player, but he's one of those players that a lot of teams are going to be vying for because a lot of players want bottom six depth when it comes to playoff time. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Haven't heard any names linked to him, so we'll see what happens. Ryan Strome, same thing. He's having a good year with the Rangers. Better year than I expected, honestly. And I've been hearing his name a lot, but no teams that I've been hearing linked to him. Anthony D'Angelo, his name has been being surfaced because he's going to need a new deal soon. And, he's having a great year production-wise for this team and looking just better and better every game. So, be interesting to see what the Rangers do. Can they afford him going forward? Do they sell high on him to try to pick up a lot of assets for him? That's what the rumor is going around. So we'll see what happens with this situation. And Chris Kreider, he's the big fish. He's one of the biggest names out there this trade deadline. And, he did meet his agent and Rangers management did meet up to try to discuss an extension. And things were looking good. I thought he was actually going to re-sign with them. But they said that, the last couple of days, rumors have been coming out with his term being too high and his dollar amount being a little too high. So it's most likely that the Rangers are going to trade him. And but they still could try to trade him. Try to re-sign him as well. But teams linked to him heavily are Boston. That's number one. I'd say Colorado's number two. Colorado has a lot of assets to trade to the Rangers if they go that route, and especially with Rantanen going down and Kadri being out for a little bit. I think he's going to be. It's such a good destination for him to go there, and the Rangers would be would like the picks, whatever they have to offer coming back that way, because Colorado's got a lot of good assets. The Islanders are another weird team that names been mentioned to be rumored to want Chris Kreider, and I'm sorry, but I don't see this happening. I don't see them making a trade. I don't see these teams trying to help each other out, especially this time of year. So, I don't think that rumor's going to come to light. And, you've been hearing a lot about Calgary needing another power forward sort of thing. They're a small team. Can they use Kreider, his scoring, his physical punch? Washington's another team I've heard, but I don't see that happening. And, teams that make sense. There's another one is the Edmonton Oilers. They're one of those teams that need wingers and scoring help now, especially with McDavid going down. Maybe they can have players to slot at center and have Kreider play that wing. So we'll see what happens going further. We'll just see what happens. It's a couple of days away. And, these are the names that we've been hearing a lot of. And I wanted to do an update video on it because, daily you hear more and more stuff. So thank you all for watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Who you think players are going to go out, what return you might get, or what you guys would like and girls like to see happen in the offseason with the Rangers. Comment below. And as always, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join our hockey team. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. And take care.